Hey, this is Scott from PRSSetups.com, the place where you get two builders, two different setup packs for 15 bucks a month. We're here at Richmond. We're going to take a lap, stick around for the tips. Alright, so the setup had about 20 to 25 laps on it. And the big thing about Richmond is you're going to overdrive the corner, and that is what we're going to try to prevent. So if you overdrive the corner, you're going to become push loose. So you're going to get into the center of the turn. You're going to turn the wheel really, really hard. You're going to get on the gas, and you're going to want to spin out on exit. So I'm going to show you how to minimize that and how to drive much better, much more in control. The thing about the setups, to make them fast, they're going to be loose on the very last 10% of the corner on both sides. So just be aware of that. That's how they have them in real life. You see the skid marks coming off of turn 4 all the time. So let's go in the first turn here. And the spot you're going to look for is right here. This block right here on the wall. You're going to go back that up just a tiny bit. And you see I'm already on the brake. If you go any deeper than this, you're going to do one of two things. Probably the first thing, which is you're going to spin out on entry. Especially the longer you run, the less grip the tires have, and the more likely you are to spin out on entry. So to fix that, you go to your brake bias setting and you increase the brake bias, increase the percent to give you more front brake. So make a note of that. If you're starting to get loose in, increase the front brake. You shouldn't be more than 50% on the brake. If you're more than 50%, you need to make sure you're backing up your corners and make sure you're as close to the wall as possible when you make this turn. The shallower you go, the more likely you're going to push on entry. So you got to make sure you're on the wall on both sides. So let's go ahead and continue into the corner. I'm roughly 40-50% brake. And you are holding that brake all the way in to go bowling here. Matter of fact, all the way to the Kroger click list right here. So you are going pretty deep in on trail braking. So a tip that I will say so you do not burn up the right front is if you're in the center and you've got brake on and your wheel is cranked to 90%, that is not the way to do it. You need to brake earlier, and then when you're off the brake, then you can turn the wheel. So you notice that I'll play it right after here. So you notice my wheel's at 45 degree right here. You notice I crank the wheel before I get on the gas. So you want to finish the corner off by turning it a little bit more off throttle and then getting on it and unwinding the wheel. If you don't do that, you're just going to keep pushing and pushing and pushing. You push the right front tire off. And where's our throttle up point? It's right here between the signs here. There's a little break in the signs here. Right here on the UVA National Champs. Notice I got the wheel turned pretty hard and then gassing it up, and I unwind it immediately. And then you just have to work on exit. You got to work the throttle on exit. And you're essentially aiming for this box right here with the white. And you're trying to drive it off as straight as possible. So the next point is right here at the black sign, the Xfinity sign. That's where we're going to hit the brake for turn 3. And same thing, if you overdrive this one's a little bit more forgiving. You won't spin out if you overdrive this. But you'll just push all the way up the track. You'll lose a lot of spots. So it's all about discipline. Right here at the black sign, you're going to brake And if you go any deeper than this white box here, you are going to push up the racetrack. So we're 50% brake. And we are holding it all the way to Papa John's here. And it's the same deal. Notice I haven't turned the wheel more than 45 degrees on brake. As soon as I release, I turn it more. I turn it another 15, 20 degrees. Then I'm back on it and I wind the wheel out. And you're aiming for this white box right here. And that's lap. So another thing, we'll take another ride, but watch how close I am wrapping the bottom. Make sure you absolutely wrap the bottom, wrap the yellow line, and I'll show you in real time this wheel. Notice I missed the bottom a little bit and got a little loose off. That's what it is. I'm a half car up, and I almost spun out there. So you just got to be super disciplined here, and get some practice laps in. Be consistent. Make sure you're as close to the wall at all times. Making a pass is very difficult. Just don't overdrive it and slam into somebody. So good luck this week.